I'd be like this. You'd be like, okay, cheese is on the rock, and I'd be like,
boom,
Havarti.
and then I flip out and then go to another one, and you're like,
Pepper Jack.
yeah, and then I throw another one, boom, and you're like,
Gouda.
and then I go one more, and you go, boom. Welcome to another episode.
It is another episode.
3 Minute Critics.
I cut off your 3.
That's all right.
If you know what I mean.
It's okay, because I'm Eric.
I'm Tony. Today on 3 Minute Critics, we're going to travel across the pond to Ireland.
Wow,
Yes.
that's far.
For a new Amazon Prime film.
It is.
Yes, and this one is called Herself.
Yes.
It's just came out. It's rated R, and it was directed by Phillida Lloyd.
Yes,
it
it was.
stars Claire Dunn, Molly McCann, and Ruby Rose O'Hara.
Nicely done.
Ruby Rose. Eric, what's this about?
Well, let me tell you. A single mother, Sandra, played by Claire Dunn, escapes from her abusive husband with her 2 young children, only to find herself trapped in temporary accommodations. After months of struggling, she draws inspiration from one of her daughter's bedtime stories and decides to self-build an affordable home. Makes sense.
As we all do.
But as her possessive ex resurfaces, tries to gain custody of her girls, Sandra has to dig deep to try to rebuild her life from the ground up.
Ground up.
Ground up, that tells a little bit of what it's about. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. Tony, please tell me your thoughts on Herself.
Watching this film was a little bit like watching a commercial for tiny homes. I felt like I didn't understand why I needed so much emphasis on the fact that she was building the home herself. For me, it didn't really work into the narrative of this woman's story in a way that wasn't more of some sort of like commercial for this is how you're supposed to live your life. I thought it was a little trite. I thought it was a little...
It was just very focused on building this tiny house.
I've seen this story before. I didn't feel like it was done very well. I felt like the constant moving camera, which is obviously a direction choice, was annoying. And I'm sorry, Phillida, but I didn't love it. It was a little difficult for me to get through. And the performances, though, I did appreciate and thought were very, very good.
And I'm going to jump in there. So, Claire Dunn, I think, just nails this character.
I agree completely.
She's so good. Her emotion.
No disagreement from me.
She's an abused woman. She's a victim of domestic violence.
She's got PTSD. She has flashbacks. She does a wonderful job.
And there's a lot of disturbing in this film, and then there's a lot of disturbing flashes in this film, and then there's a lot of uplifting in this film.
Yeah, but the uplifting didn't really work for me.
It did for me.
Yeah.
I really did. I don't think you needed, I mean, it wasn't a long movie, but I don't think you needed this much time to tell the story, but I liked how it was, she was trying to dig herself out of a very bad situation, and then she felt bad. She wanted to go back and find what she used to have. And the 2 little girls, Molly McCann and Ruby Rose O'Hara.
Also great.
They're so good in this.
Yeah.
So good.
I liked all the performances in this film.
I just felt the heartache in this. I felt the roller coaster of a ride. She's trying to do right by her kids and get out of this abusive relationship. And yes, it's a story we've heard again and again.
Yes.
But I like the way this was told. And the reason, and I'll tell you why I liked it.
Why, Eric?
Because people came together in this. You got the contractors to come together, got friends to come together, and then there are a couple of turns that we're not going to tell you about.
Okay, but let me ask you about that.
There are a couple of turns in this movie.
Let me ask you about that.
Yes.
So the people coming together, did that feel organic to you? To me, that felt a little bit also contrived and a little bit unrealistic. I felt like when she's in the grammar school and the mother's like, sure, I'll help, and then she shows up on the weekend and everybody's helping to build the house. I was like, I don't have these friends.
Yeah, it felt a little forced. I want to point out for all of you Game of Thrones fans, Conleth Hill plays a part in this, and he's a contractor. He kind of comes up. He's great, and he kind of comes up in a strange way, it's kind of hard to believe that he would jump in and necessarily hit, but a little suspension of disbelief.
That's where I didn't really buy a lot of this story.
And I was okay with that.
Where people came in and jumped in to help. I didn't feel like that was realistic
and I'm all right, maybe some people are just overly nice. Speaking of overly nice, that's
horny.
The night.
What?
What? That's car horn. You know what that sound means?
Nah.
Well, I'll tell you, it means we have no more time to review this movie,
but we do have time to rate this movie on a 5-star scale.
Wow.
No consonants.
Whole new language.
No more consonants.
I enjoy this. I thought Claire Dunn was just spectacular in this. She did a really great job. I liked the way they moved along with this film. I loved the supporting cast. I love the little girls in this, and I just think it was a really heartfelt film, and it told a really nice story. This is solid for me. I give this 3.5 stars.
You know, it's interesting because I don't disagree with almost anything that you said.
Because I'm right.
Like
Often.
all of the stuff that you said, I agree with.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't follow along with it. I felt like I'd seen it before. However, performances are wonderful.
Yeah.
For that alone, you might want to see this film. And the ridiculously awesome Irish accent. I love listening to the Irish accent. I can
all
listen
day
to that
long.
all day long. However, I'm going to give this film 2 stars because I'm not into it.
Wow.
Dose. Well, I think I'm flipping people off in the UK.
Yeah,
2 stars.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't mean to be
Sorry.
rude. It just comes out sometimes.
That was not intentional. We love you.
Yeah, maybe we should end this one then on that note.
All right.
So, hey, that's all the time we got. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Share your comments below.
Whatever.
We'll
Let us know what
respond.
you thought.
We'll tell you what's going on. Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah.
And if you'd like our videos and subscribe, you'll jump on to see more great reviews.
Again, I
coming
keep
up.
thinking you're going to give something away. I think we're
Never.
going to have to give something away
Yeah.
because that's really sad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to give a gift.
Yeah, you know,
some
if,
surprise.
If somebody's watching out there, maybe one day we'll give you something.
Yeah, we'll send you some trinket. Of
But
some
until
sort.
then.
Until then, we are the
3
Minute
critics. What's the Irish salute again?
Sláinte.
Sláinte! If you're cheese of your choosing? Cheese of your choice.
A ham sandwich.
Would you say cheese of your choice or
A
cheese of your
choice.
choosing?
Both.
Cheese of your choosing or cheese of your choice?
Cheese of your choosing.
Cheese of your choosing?
Cheese of your choosing.
Cheese of your choosing is better than cheese of your choice?
We let Nicolas Cage choose
Choose
the
his
cheese
cheese.
of his choosing.
Choose the cheese of his choice.
Yeah.
Okay.